Yeah. All right, how you guys doing today? We're getting into First John chapter 3. This is a scuffed video. My computer decided to not want to work today, so we're doing it like this. I don't know. It's been having some problems. I probably won't even edit this because I don't think there's gonna be time to at this point. But regardless of that fact, hope y'all like the video. Exit with the full screen, scroll just a little bit, like the video, full screen it back up. You feel me? Don't mind the little OBS setup. It don't really matter what we got going on. We got the word with us. We got the word with us. All right. So I'm actually not sure where we left off. I think verse 10. In this the children of God are manifest, the children of the devil, whosoever does not righteousness is not of God, neither he that loves his brother. Neither he that loves not his brother. Excuse me. Right. So what did we just talk about? Whoever's born of God does not commit sin. If you're born of God, you don't sin, right? We still mess up because it's not God not sinning. It's us choosing to sin, right? Because we're dead to that. So born of God, you don't, what I'm saying? Just because you're born of God, you will not sin. It's your fleshly nature and you choosing to sin. It's not being born of God and you're like, it's a transgression. It's not sinning, it's a transgression. You're choosing to act against it, right? For the seed remains in him and he cannot sin because he's born of God. In this, the children are manifest. The children of God are manifest. Because of this, we are children of God. And the children of the devil who does not do righteousness is not of God. Neither is he that does not love his brother, to which Jesus said, if you don't love your brother, it's equivalent to murder. Not necessarily saying that if you don't love your brother, you're a murderer, but Jesus was saying that the hatred could get so much for your brother that it's equated as murder. Because you have so much hatred in your heart that you're just like, yo, relax. You gotta relax. You know what I'm saying? So neither he that loves not his brother, they're just not of God. Verse 11, for this is the message that you heard from the beginning, that you should love one another. Jesus said that. John said it in the last chapter. He said, I'll give you a new commandment, but it's also not a new commandment because you don't heard it before, but it's new, but it's not. Right? Love one another. Love your brother as yourself. Love the Lord with all your mind, soul, and your heart. Right? Verse 12, not as Cain, who was of the wicked one and slew his brother. Wherefore slew he him? For which reason he slew him? He killed him because his own works were evil and his brothers were righteous. And Pastor Paul said, for this reason, we can see through this. The world hates. It's like this is the example that wickedness will always hate righteousness. He said, because the world has this innate part of them, this inward part of them that knows what they're doing is wrong and they hate you because you doing good points out they're wrong. So he also, I don't know if he brought this up, but this is just true, right? You can't have good without bad. You can't have bad without good. When people always ask, if God's so good, why is there even a world? First of all, you don't even believe in God, so I should be asking you that question. But second of all, you can't have good without bad, or else it's just a constant state of neutrality. There's not one or the other. You're just in a constant state of hoopla, right? That's like saying, that's why we have the distinction between species. You can't have a distinction between species if there's only one species, right? You can't be racist if everybody's the same race. That's just not how that works. You can't be bad if everyone's good. You can't be good if everyone's bad. It just don't work like that, right? Wickedness is always going to hate righteousness because they see you being good and they know that they're not that and they hate you for it. And that's why he said in verse 8, or my bad, verse 10, neither is he that loves not his brother, the children of the devil. Why? Because they hate that. What was Lucifer? He wanted to be like God. He said, I'm not him. I want to be like him. The wicked, they operate in that same mentality. I'm not like that. They don't say I want to be like that, but they see that and it makes them mad. Just like it made the devil mad so bad that he wanted to change about it. Just like the Tower of Babel, we want to make a name for ourselves like God, right? And then you want to talk about Cain, who's not of the wicked one. We were doing our little reading of Genesis, right? And I think God put that on my heart for a reason because now I know the context more so that I can connect it to. But we're going to duplicate this tab. What I remember, I'm not even sure which Genesis it was in for real, for real. I think it was chapter 5. We'll go with 5. That's 45. Holy crap. Why is there Genesis 45? All right, but basically the point was being that Cain, he got approached or something. Not approached. When God talked to him before he killed him, he was telling him, you can't fall to your sin. You can't let your sin rule over him, right? Right here. It was chapter 4. And, beautiful. God said to Cain, why are you mad? Why has your countenance fallen? Why is your face like that? Not like, why is your face like that? But like, why? Fix your face. Why are you mad? That kind of, why is your face fallen? If you're well, if you're doing something good, verse 7, should it not be accepted? If you did something right, it should be accepted, right? That's what he said. And if you don't do it, if you don't do something good, that sin's going to be at the door. If you don't do something good, that sin's going to be at the door. And he said, unto you shall be your desire, and you shall rule over him. Or my bad. Wait. Let me get this in another translation to make sure I'm portraying. I know what he's trying to say, but I want to make sure that I'm portraying it right. You know what I'm saying? Right? And if you do not do well, but ignore my instructions, sin crouches at your door, and its desire, there we go. Its desire for you to overpower you, you gotta master it. You know you're not doing right. And if you don't do well and ignore what I want, sin's at your door and it wants to rule over you, but you have to master it. You have to do it. And Cain went and talked to Abel, and it came to pass when they were in the field, he rose up against him and he killed him. He said, if you don't do well, the sin's going to be at your door, but you got to control it. I'm giving you the blueprint. You ignored me one, and I'm telling you, sin's going to be at your door because you ignored me. You ignored me one, sin's going to be at your door if you ignore me. And what happens? You got to control it. If you're going to ignore me like you just did, sin's going to be at your door. You got to control it. He didn't control it. Next verse. He went and talked with Abel. He sat talking with him until he wasn't talking no more. Until his blood was talking. Right? He said, you're not doing right. You're not doing right. And that's the lesson to us nowadays. If you're not doing right, sin is going to be at your door. It's going to be there. Regardless, sin is going to be at your door if you are not doing right. How are we going to respond, Christians? How are we going to respond? When sin is at our door, what are we going to do? Are we going to fold? Are we going to trust God? What are we going to do? Sin is going to be at your door. And we're just going to call it a video there because, that was pretty fire. It was a good video. I actually like that one. I feel like blessings in disguise. Right. Hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. Peace.